So, if we look at the foundational scripture for today, it's a familiar scripture for the adults. I'm pretty sure that you've seen this scripture before. Nevertheless, we won't focus entirely on this scripture. I put it there because I want to build off that scripture for a reason. I just want you to see that there's a difference. So we're going to take the essence of it, and it's going to guide us through the message today. Are you still with me? Okay, so I go back and we talk about Ephesians 4:21-24, which states, assuming that you have heard. Now, the other text is surely. Surely you have heard. Now, Paul is telling me, because he said, surely you heard. I know you have. I got it. So surely you have heard about him. We know who him is. It ain't him downstairs. It's him. Him means Jesus. We're taught in him, as the truth is Jesus, to put off your old self. Your old self. Put that off. Your old self, which belongs to the former manner of life and is corrupt through deceitful desires, and to be renewed in the spirit of your minds, and to put on the new self, created after the likeness of God in true righteousness and holiness. Now, if you will, because we're different, I want to make sure everybody understands the definition of different and where I pulled it from. Now, you know, check this. The word different is defined by Webster, which means not the same as another. That was pretty clear. Or each other. Unlike in nature, form, or quality. Distinct and separate. Talking about different. I like how they use the words such as distinct and separate in the same word that they use different. Somebody say difference just don't look the same. You know, no, difference ain't the same. It's not the same. Otherwise it wouldn't be different. There'd be no need to have the word difference. You get what I'm saying, right? You know what? Okay. I'm going to move on. So based off the scripture, right? Based off the scripture, and based off the definition that we just gave of different, can we agree and conclude that difference is not the same? We all are in agreement right there. We're going to test and agree on it. All right, good. Good. So then we can move on then. Since we got our definitions and all that terms and stuff. Let me just, I'm not going to be very loquacious today. All right? And when the word's in there. I want you to put that in your spirit. See, we teach it too in the dictionary. Loquacious. Very talkative. You know, look at you. Very talkative. That's what loquacious means. So use that tomorrow at your job and people think you're smart. But don't use it out of context. Girl, I'm going to loquacious and I get my nails done in a loquacious shop. Don't do that. Don't do that. Use it in the right term. Use it in the right term. All right. So let's look at the difference between the former self and the new self. The former self was corrupt through deceitful desires. In other words, it wanted to do nothing more than satisfy the flesh. Former like now, I'm talking former. We all Christian folks. I'm talking former now, where we used to be. Former. If you put up Galatians 5 and 20, it tells us about that form of life. Those things that gratify the flesh. That is evident. Sexual immorality, impurity, sexuality, idolatry, sorcery, enemy, strife, jealousy, fits of anger, rivalries, dissension, division, envy, drunkenness, orgies, and things like these. Oh yes, that former life And you know, if I can be honest with you, can I be honest with you? I like to be honest, I'm being transparent. See, in that former life that I just mentioned, I thought it made life worth living.